Hey guys, it's Woody the Unexceptional Gamer, and this is another episode of Mail Monday. Do it just about every weekend, and I thought I'd share some of the messages in mail that I get with you guys all the time. This one opened with a mail. I forgot I was recording this. Guy asking about commentary March Madness, and I thought, seems appropriate. I'll leave it in. But anyway, let's get to our first email or message of the week. So this one is from Twitter. It's a nice way to follow YouTubers and talk to them and see what they're thinking. And I try to put a lot of funny stuff and make my tweets worth reading. But there's a link in the description if you want to follow me on Twitter. But he asks, "Hey Woody, I know you take good care of your game consoles. Have you ever had to replace your 360 and how many times?" So I bought my Xbox back in 2008. And my Xbox is on all the time. For a long time, it was in the living room, and my whole family used it. Now it's in the man cave, and I use it. It's pretty much always on. The thing runs constantly. I just took a peek. It's not on right now. I'm a liar. But, oh, by the way, I'm doing well in this clip, largely because I think there's a counter spy up. It helps so much. But what I do is I burn my most popular games to the hard drive. And so that disc hardly ever spins. It makes the Xbox quieter. It makes the Xbox, it makes the games load faster, and it makes it run colder. Right. I think one of the problems people theorize with the Red Ring of Death is that the thing would get too hot. So mine doesn't get hot because the CD-ROM drive isn't doing any work whatsoever. It's just reading off the hard drive, and it makes it a lot more reliable than it would have been otherwise. So I have a video. I guess I'll throw a link in the description or an annotation on the screen. We'll figure it out to how to burn a game to your hard drive if you've never done it before. I think most people know. But I did a video on it once a long time ago, and I'll link it. But it's a cool thing. I think your Xbox will last a really long time if you burn your commonly played games, the ones you spend a lot of time in, like maybe Call of Duty in my case, to the hard drive. Let's get another message. Woody, I think I love you. Can we have the sex, please? Much love, hugs, and kisses. So when I first saw this message, I was so excited. I thought it was from Joe Lozon, UFC fighter, and I'm a full-time fanboy. But it wasn't from Joe Lozon. It was from Jay Lawson. Different guy, not the same. And it's a tricky thing to do. I don't know why he would want me to think that Joe Lozon was finally going to accept my advances, but it didn't turn out that way. And I don't know. I guess I'll just stick to my current role of wishing him well on his upcoming UFC fight in June. But Jay Lawson, I don't know what to say. I'm sorry. I'm waiting for Joe Lozon, and I won't settle for less. So, I don't know. Maybe another guy. Crying with laughter, laughing my anatomy off retweet, and then she showed other people that she liked this video. A lot of guys did that, and it means so much to me when I get support from you guys on one of my videos. It's, I don't know. It makes me feel proud. It makes me feel welcome. I guess it makes me feel popular. Who knows how to explain it? It seems like I should be over this sort of thing by now. But it was heartwarming to get that much support on one of my videos, and I appreciate you guys for it. So yeah, thank you. Sometimes when I make videos, I don't know what's a hit or what's not. Like I made one. It was a Any Given Sunday speech parody. And I thought it was going to be a blockbuster, and everybody hated it. And then I made this Bark video, which I hoped was going to be well received, but I didn't really know. And then it turned out to be amazingly well received. And anyway, thank you for helping me and supporting me and all that stuff. And I guess that's all I want to say about that. I know there was a little, fussing back and forth for a bit, but let's put that in the past and ignore it and just bury the hatchet. And it helps me get along with my colleagues when there aren't 5,000 kids on the school ground yelling fight, fight, fight. So let's end that section of it and have a nice day and move on to happier topics like just making the best videos I know how to make. Next, mail. So this one isn't actually a mail, it's a Skype conversation. And sometimes when guys say things that are especially funny, I tweet it out. And this was one of the things that I shared, so I'll read it to you. Kyle asks, XJaws, FPS Kyle, dude, why don't you homeschool? I definitely would. When you take out all the bullshit, a school day is like 2 or 3 hours. And XJaws says, the ladies at my homeschool aren't hot. Also, not my age. Also, related to me. Then Kyle goes on to reply, well, I guess. See, the ladies in my homeschool are hot, and I'm in the South, so... oh my God. These things crack me up. I feel privileged to you know, to have the friends that I have, or online friends that I have, and you know, sometimes I share their funny antics with you guys. They're awesome, and then sometimes they share my funny antics with you guys on their Twitter. So pretty cool thing. Whatever, it cracked me up. I thought it was funny. I thought I'd share it in my video. Kyle's in the South, so hot relatives are fair game. Now we know. At WoodysGamertag, really liked the vids, and the home front info was right on the money. Wish you were wrong about that. So you know, I mentioned earlier that I don't really know which one of my vids are going to be popular and which ones are going to be poorly received. But I put out a negative review on Homefront almost 2 months ago now, and that was kind of a learning experience for me. One of the things I learned, and I learned this from the Hutch and the guys at Machinima, was that I shouldn't have called it a review. A review is a term that means something to people that it didn't necessarily mean to me. It means that they've really played the game all the way through, that they've checked out the single player, the multiplayer, the whole thing, and implies a greater level of expertise with the game than I had. And I since changed all those things to first impressions, which is the more appropriate term for what I actually did. You know, I hadn't played the entire Homefront game. I just, you know, messed around with the single player campaign. I had talked to other commentators about it, and we all kind of shared the same opinion. So yeah, I won't be calling it a review anymore, but I probably will share first impressions again when I get access to things that that maybe you guys haven't seen yet. You know, I also did one for Brink, and I did one for Portal 2 and stuff like that. So I want to share with you guys things I've seen that maybe you haven't been privy to, you know, give you a little early access. But I will be more careful in the future about calling it a review. Now, I was down on the game, and I knew that that wouldn't be well received. I mean, anytime you're negative about something, you run the risk of having a poor reception. But I do game reviews every so often, and if I don't talk when I have a negative opinion, or if I you know, don't tell the truth or sugarcoat it in some way, then my reviews aren't as useful as I want them to be. And yeah, I knew people would fuss about it, but I felt like in the end I would gain a touch of credibility by, you know, showing the good, the bad, and the ugly, you know, as I see it. So yeah, a lot of guys do like Homefront, by the way. So it's not as if it's some sort of unanimous opinion, but I think that you can't really overlook the fact that the games has sort of a short lifespan. It's not on people's minds as much anymore as it used to be. Maybe they fixed the server issues where people can't join games. I don't know. But yeah, thank you for the kind words. I appreciate your feedback on there. And yeah, I will continue to do my best with game reviews and things like that, and share, you know, how I really felt about it, and not you know, bias my review in any way. It needs to be accurate, and you need to be able to trust that I actually feel the way I say. So yeah, anyway, maybe next time it'll be a great game. WoodysGamertag, is Wings of Redemption really giving permission for anyone to post that video to help the cause? I really want to help. Please respond. So if you somehow missed it, the biggest story on YouTube right now is a charity drive that Wings of Redemption is doing for a girl named Ashley Seals. I think that's her name. And here's the deal. She has cerebral palsy, and I'm not an expert on cerebral palsy, but I know that, you know, among the others, she doesn't have, you know, the kind of dexterity and muscle control that you know, that a fully healthy person would have. And she's hoping that with a hyperbolic treatment, which is like a kind of chamber that puts her in a high atmospheric pressure, that it can help her a lot. And I looked on Wikipedia, and it was, you know, like a known treatment for cerebral palsy, something that could help her. And what she really aspires is to have better control over her hands and fingers, and, you know, maybe even walk. So it's a pretty big deal, and it's a pretty neat thing of Wings of Redemption to do. She was sort of doing a fundraiser, and he walked by some flyers, and he's doing this to help her. And the answer is yes. You can upload that video to your own channel and help spread the word and further their cause. I ran ads on mine, and all of the money from my ad revenue was going to her. As a matter of fact, I've already donated what I predicted the ad revenue would be, and if somehow I undershot it, then I will donate even more. So so that's how that works. But, you know, they have a fair amount of money from me already, and hopefully, if that video goes well, there'll be even more. I'll throw a link to it in the description. But if you want to rip it and put it on your own channel, then please do so. And that's Mail Monday.